It would not let your kind near it. It would defend itself. It's fourth dimensional, not bound by our physics. By my calculations, it would reshape itself to test you, create a tournament. Each of these rings would be a higher level of challenge.
Yeah. By my calculations, I'm making this all up.
Yeah.
None of it makes sense. Don't worry about it.
The answer is just not bound by our physics, so it can do whatever the fuck it wants.
Welcome to episode 115, was it?
115.
115 of Fresh Floppies.
I'm Floppy. Are you Floppy?
Get ready to fight.
Ding, ding, ding.
What's up to our sidekicks and henchfolk out there in the Geek Nation? Thank you for tuning in to Fresh Floppies, a show wherein Jeremy and I, without Noel, because Noel is doing the Lord's work.
He's an adult with business to conduct.
Yes, he is conducting the businesses, and so he's not joining us, but hopefully he's listening. Hey, Noel, hi. We're here to talk about the books that came out this week at your local comic shop, but without spoilers, which is going to be very difficult for one book because we've got opinions. But should we get into it?
Yeah.
Okay. DCKO came out. Big event just starting this week. Chapter 1, Into the Ring by Scott Snyder and Javi Fernandez with Germanico and Alejandro Sanchez.
There's a bunch of cool last names.
Yeah. Hassan Atsmani Elu, Marquise Draper, and Paul Kaminsky. 2 years ago, I want to say.
Let's bring it back.
In the before times, the DC All In happened. It was a one-shot, which begat the Absolute Universe, which is crack-a-lackin' on fire, selling like hotcakes. And now, through Superman, the Joshua Williamson John, and Mark Waid's Justice League Unlimited.
Both very good books.
Both very good books. It has been setting the stage for this big KO event.
Which we've been led to believe is effectively the culmination of, and I don't think this is a spoiler, mute me if it is, the culmination of main All-In universe and the Absolute universe.
Yes. Or at least maybe meeting for the first time or something. I'm not entirely sure how they're supposed to interact.
Because they keep dropping the word absolute throughout this discussion of this whole event.
Yeah.
So we know there's something. We just don't know what.
So I was not looking forward to this. People were coming in and being like, "What's that?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't know what this is." I know it's supposed to be important. I did not research it very well. I just was going in blind when I was reading it, which is not great retailer responsibility. I should have looked it up. But
it kind of puts you in better shoes of the consumer.
Right.
Like if someone walks in, you at least might have a better idea of what their experience is going to be.
Now that I've read it, I'm still not entirely sure. For a peek behind the sausage there, ladies and gentlemen, Jeremy and I spent maybe the last 10 minutes before recording trying to figure out the rules and what actually happened in this book.
Yeah.
My problem with it is that Scott Snyder, whom I used to really, really like, he did Witches with Jock, which is a really good spooky one-shot with Image. He did a really great run on Batman during the New 52 and a little bit before that. But then he started doing this too big, too crazy, too fast, too furious style in his DC works, like Dark Knight's Metal and Dark Knight's Death Metal. Big, crazy ideas that I had trouble following, and everything was cranked up to 12. And when everything is cranked up to 12, for me, I get irritated and I don't enjoy it.
Doing big and wet and wild and crazy is that's one of the best parts about comics. However, it still has to not even make scientific sense, just like logic. Like there needs to be a through line that I can follow to make sense of these events and cause and effect.
I did not find that to be the case here. I have the bones of it. I know what happened, but I don't buy it. There are character interactions. The fact that Superman is involved with this at all reads as false to me. I have trouble, squaring that whole circle?
Yeah, something like that.
It's nonsense.
It is a violent event,
which is fine.
And Superman finds himself integral to it, which is what we find hard to believe.
Yeah.
Just his willingness to be
involved.
Involved.
I wish he had been sent for some reason, like waylaid, had been sent to some other thing, wasn't involved. That's my big sticking point, is I don't buy that he would be involved in this.
Caveat, I will say I enjoy that we're witnessing it through him effectively. I don't buy his opinions and I don't buy his opinions and how he's trying to handle it.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy his perspective on it, I think.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I get that. Also, I can't stop staring at, I've got the variant cover by Daniel Warren Johnson.
It's so good.
Where it's a wrestling variant of Superman. I don't know what that wrestling move is.
Pile driving?
Suplex? Pile driver?
I think.
But he's just hamming up Darkseid, and it's a wonderful cover.
It really is.
So it's worth it for this alone, this one image.
I would tend to agree. And if you like Daniel Warren Johnson and wrestling, check out Do a Powerbomb.
Goddamn.
Which is one of my first favorite comics. Such a good series.
So good. I feel like if you like Scott Snyder's work on DC metal and death metal, maybe this is for you. It's just too silly for me.
And they do their best to explain with exposition, for lack of a better term, to explain the context of everything. I don't think they do a great job. As we said, the through lines that we are supposed to follow aren't very strong, and I feel like they keep disconnecting from each other.
Yeah.
So even if you've been following everything up until this point, there's some confusion.
Which I have.
Yeah. If you haven't been following everything up to this point, I would not suggest this, truthfully. I wish I could, because there are some other one-shots. Well, this isn't a one-shot, but DC has had some one-shots up until this point to try to catch people up and give more context. And this tries to do that. I personally don't think it does a very great job.
Yeah.
I believe it was our last episode 114, that UJD made some suggestions about which Superman and Justice League issues you should read to catch up.
Yeah.
If you want to read KO, I would suggest going back and reading those issues, which I forget the numbers. I apologize, but
I want to say Superman 27 and 28.
Yeah.
I want to say that. And then Justice League maybe 11 and 12 or something like that.
Yeah. To confirm, you can go back to our last episode.
That's
but
true. Google it.
I really want to like this. It's very possible it'll get to a point that I do.
Yeah,
like
for
maybe the story will get to such an interesting or just straight up fun payoff that the confusion is worth it. This issue on its own, I was honestly pretty disappointed, because I was very much looking forward to this.
Yeah, and there were elements that I had to I found myself flipping through the issue, trying to comprehend certain things, like going back and being like, wait,
100%.
I
what's
backflipped
that?
a couple. How did we
times.
get there? How did this happen? What's this rule here? One thing I do love, and I'm not a big fan. The art is inconsistent. Some of the art in this book is awesome. Other elements of the art, I think, other pages are not great and not Big Two style artwork. But some of it's really, really awesome. And one of the things that I like about Fernandez's work here is some of the panel layouts. It looks like a literal game, like Chutes and Ladders board game.
Yeah.
Where you can and you move your player around and stuff like that. That is fun.
There's definitely some creativity with the panels that I enjoy.
Yeah. But this is pretty brutal. It's pretty dumb. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And a lot of it feels like the reasons are, well, because I'm the writer and I says it. So,
and honestly, I don't think we're ever going to say that anything is objectively bad. So if this is something,
I would never say anything is objectively bad.
Exactly.
That's not how the word objectively works.
Well, yeah, exactly. So my point being, it's easy for us to, for lack of a better term, hate on something when we have a list of problems.
Yeah.
I would never say, if you're looking forward to this, to not pick it up. Like, hell yeah, go to your local shop. And I just feel like we're not erroneously, but I feel like we're laying into it a little bit. So if you want it, still go for it.
Oh, yeah.
I just wouldn't personally suggest it for someone who's not caught up currently.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I don't think I would just jump into this willy-nilly for sure. I would say barely fresh.
Yeah, me
on
too.
Our completely arbitrary scaling system.
Get it for the Daniel Warren Johnson cover.
Get it? Yeah, man. Also, there's blind bags. You can get blind bags, so you get some like cool foil variant by an artist that you don't know what it's going to be. That's kind of fun. But yeah, what a slobber knocker of a cover. Daniel Warren Johnson never disappoints me ever.
His
so goddamn
kinetic
good.
art is so good.
leaps off the page. Hey, what's next?
Do you want to stick with DC for now?
Let's do it.
Great. Next for DC, I think we both read Absolute Batman number 13.
That's not an issue of Hustler? That's just Absolute Batman?
I have the David Nakayama cover, who all of his covers are very female body forward, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, it's very body positive if you have a very specific body.
Yeah, it's true. Hence JD's Hustler comment.
Yeah.
So yes, it is in fact
good.
it's objectively ideologically flawed. However, well executed.
Yeah. So Absolute Batman number 13 by Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta. I don't think I've read the last 2 issues.
I caught up over the past week.
Yeah?
Yes.
I know last time I saw my man's was in Arc M, which is an underground city that is creating body horror monsters. And they are trying to do that to Batman by way of Bane. Bane seems to think that he can take Batman and make him Bane's replacement so that Bane can go home. Obviously, that's never going to happen.
Yeah.
But when I left it a couple episodes ago, I was like, they are messing with Bruce, like physically.
They are.
Is he going to be okay after this? Like he's pulling his teeth out and stuff. How did that end up? Did you enjoy how that? I mean, it's still kind of going, but like
it's still kind of going. So we've gotten to the point where in the previous issue number 12, our Batman has been effectively brutalized repeatedly in Arc M, and does by the end of issue 12 manage to get his way out of there.
Okay.
I won't spoil exactly how, just in case you're not totally caught up, but he is out, and this is Batman coming out of Arc M and he's been in there for months, I want to say, if not longer.
A minute.
So he's coming out, seeing what's happened in the outside world, which are not things that he enjoys. So he is both trying to handle those and doing the classic Batman, I don't need rest thing.
Yeah, of course.
And we are seeing some of the consequences of what was done to him in Arc M and how it is changing his physicality, his behavior, etc. I thought it was very good. We get
this was really good.
It was either the end of, I guess actually he might have broken out at the end of 11, and I think at the end of 12, it might have been the same issue, I can't remember, was our very first glimpse of Absolute Catwoman. So this has a lot more Catwoman in it. So we get a feeling for her connection to Batman, what their history or lack thereof is like, and they have some time together, some fighting and etc., working together, working apart, and we get a very cool other character reveal by the end of this, which I'm very excited for.
Yeah, I like this Red Hood gang, the Red Hood.
Yep, the Red Hoods. Or it might be singular, actually.
The leader of it is pretty cool. I was like, that's a nice reveal.
Yeah, we get a reveal for who the leader is, and it's actually not who you think it is.
Yeah, for sure. This is great. I love this. I still don't... There's something about his cape that I don't like. I miss the full cape. Like, I know that he's supposed to be able to form his cape into, like, these bat arms. Stilts, right? But then it just seems like it would get caught on everything. Because it's so raggedy. Like, I understand... illustration-wise, it looks gnarly.
It does look cool.
But it's also like, that is going to get snagged on something, bro. Also, we see his back, and his back has scarring in the shape of a bat, which I simultaneously hate and love.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, they're like doing all these terrible things to him in Arc M, and it just so happens to look like a bat. That sucks, but also great.
Yeah. I think it fits with this is the kind of thing we're talking about where, like, is it goofy and ridiculous?
Yes,
but it's also subtle and fun.
This is also Scott Snyder.
Is it?
This is excellent Scott Snyder, whereas I don't think DCKO, or at least issue 1.
Issue 1 of DCKO did not hit.
I want to make it clear, I'm going to read issue 2.
Oh, for sure.
Of DCKO.
I want to see where this goes.
I always want to like a thing.
Me too.
And even if I have a bad reaction to something, unless it's like egregious, I will still be like, if I'm interested enough, be like, maybe it's just going to take me a minute to get acclimated to the style and what's happening.
The thing is, I've very much been looking forward to DCKO. Been very excited for it. So I'm not going to give up on it after one issue. Absolutely not.
Maybe, you know what, if Daniel Warren Johnson was drawing the whole thing? I bet I have a slightly different
Honestly,
opinion on it,
yeah,
right?
that'd be rad as hell.
Yeah. Absolute Batman is still fresh AF.
Yeah, Absolute Batman
This
has
is a
always
good
been
book.
fresh AF.
Yeah, man. Every issue is a what's a word? Use a word.
Huh? Great.
There you
Awesome.
go. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Let's move on to
Marvel.
Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man Torn #1 by J. Michael Straczynski and Pere Perez, with colors by Guru FX and letters by Joe Caramagna. Okay. There is a piece of the internet that is constantly mad at Amazing Spider-Man Maine. And they have been for 25 years, ever since Brand New Day or whenever the hell that happened, and Peter and MJ weren't together. And also, there's I feel like they're coming to terms with the fact that, as Noel says, mainstream superhero comics are always trapped in the second act. Like, nothing ever is allowed to move forward, to end, etc.
Unless it's a miniseries sometimes.
Right, yeah. So Spider-Man is constantly like, oh, he's a teacher. Oh, he works at a company. Oh, he owns his own company. Well, now that company's folded, and now he's back to being a photographer.
But like, it's just the Parker luck.
This is the Parker luck. I still think that the main series is pretty dang fun.
I agree. Especially, honestly, even if you didn't love the previous run by
Zeb Wells?
whoever. Yeah, Zeb Wells.
Notoriously, not everyone on the internet loves to hate that book.
Yeah, I didn't hate it. You know, there were some issues that I didn't love. However, even if you didn't love that run, this current run is, in my opinion, it is better. It is fun.
I agree. So this is a return of J. Michael Straczynski, who wrote an awesome Spider-Man book. He took over the Amazing main book in the early 2000s, I want to say. And he's the one who introduced the Spider Totem and Ezekiel, Morlun, which led to eventually the Spider-Verse and all that other stuff.
About all that.
And it was awesome. It was so good. And it was drawn, it had covers by J. Scott Campbell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, love him. And and that was actually back when John Romita Jr. was at, I would say, peak. Like,
dude, I recently
JR.
I recently, for my own curiosity, because I just hate JR because I've only experienced him in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I went back to some of his older stuff and I was like, holy shit, dude.
He's so good.
Yeah. I'm more mad about it now, actually.
Right? Yeah. Well, he's getting old, man. All these dudes.
That's fair.
He's been doing it since the 80s.
I truly don't know how old he is.
Professionally, nonstop since the 80s.
It's the arthritis then, probably.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But anyway, all of that is to say that this is a return of J. Michael Straczynski to Spider-Man, which I was excited about because his original run petered out. It just pissed out. It was
unfortunate.
Awful. He did a story called Sins Remembered, where he had Gwen Stacy. You find out way after Gwen is dead, Peter finds out that not only did she cheat on him with Norman Osborn one night,
we love a best friend affair,
but he squirreled her away to Europe, where she gave birth to twins.
Bro,
dude,
that's crazy.
And then those twins, I guess because they had goblin semen in them, they grew up.
Cackle the whole way?
Sorry. They grew up super fast, and he had to fight these two kids who were birthed by Gwen Stacy.
Oh, you know what? This does ring a bell now.
It was wet, stinky, hot garbage. And then he did, of course, the thing that everyone else, even though he didn't actually do it. He did One More Day.
What were people's thoughts on that?
Everyone hated it.
Great, got it.
Including me.
Interesting.
Because it was Joe Quesada, who was in charge of Marvel at the time, had a mandate that he didn't think Peter and MJ should be married. It makes Peter too old and therefore unrelatable to kids. He thought that Peter should be eternally kind of maybe in his early 20s, always single and having the, the Archie, Betty, Veronica love triangle kind of thing going on.
So he's like a K-pop star who can't talk about their relationships because they have to be relatable.
Yes. Is that a thing? I didn't know that. But
to my knowledge. Yeah. I don't listen to a lot of K-pop, so correct me if I'm wrong, K-poppers. I don't know what to call you. I'm sorry.
Anyway, everyone hated it. And MJ makes a deal with the devil, Mephisto, to get rid of their marriage. And that's how his run ended. This was great.
Yeah. Anyway, back to Amazing Spider-Man Torn.
Some people like a little bit of history.
No, I agree.
This was great. This Amazing Spider-Man Torn #1, which I imagine is a miniseries, is a period piece that takes place while Gwen and MJ and his best friend,
Norman?
not Norman,
Oh.
Harry Osborn.
Yes, thank you.
Is alive. And this is so good. I love this.
It was very good.
Peak JMS Spidey.
I typically don't pick up, for lack of a better term, like offshoots of Spider-Man. I typically just stick to ASM because honestly, sometimes I get a little bit confused and I don't need that much Spider-Man. I like Spider-Man. I'm not the biggest fan.
Yeah.
So I wasn't looking forward to this. I didn't particularly care, not because I thought it would be bad, but I very much enjoyed it. The writing and the dialogue was fantastic. The art was great. And the story actually did end in a place that I'll probably pick up issue 2.
Yep. And the art is fantastic.
Yeah.
Perez, I believe is the name. Yeah. This is so good. It's so crisp. It is very clean and God, how do I explain it? It feels a little bit like Jamie McKelvey, who did Wicked and Divine, and a little bit of Mark Buckingham put together, and it is a gorgeous book. It's also kind of brutal. The villain in this, who was a new villain, we're introduced to a new one. She is gnarly.
As a person who doesn't have a lot of artistic references or knowledge, I personally would describe it as if Saturday morning cartoons were drawn for adults.
Oh, sure.
Because it's got some of the strong lines and the bright colors that you expect from a comic book, but it's still well executed with the lighting and faces that it doesn't come off as childish or, simplistic.
Yeah. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yeah. And it just feels like classic Spidey comics. So if you're one of the aforementioned haters of ASM,
or just someone who likes Spider-Man.
No, but what I'm saying is
I see.
This feels like very classic.
Got it.
For the people who are upset that things are different.
Yeah.
You can go back to the classics.
Yeah.
This feels like it belongs back then. It's very, very good.
It's very good.
Highly recommend. Fresh AF for me.
Fresh AF for sure.
Hey,
100%.
what do you got? You got another Nakayama cover there.
Oh yeah, I got cover A, which he doesn't do a lot of cover A's. Nakayama on Transformers number 25. Nakayama does do cover A's on the Emma Frost series. You should check those out if you like problematic body images.
I do. Bless you.
Transformers 25 has been pitched to me via people who know more, i.e. JD and Noel, that it is a jumping on point, or rather a starting of a new arc for the Transformers series.
Yes. By Robert Kirkman. Robert Kirkman is writing this book now that Daniel Warren Johnson has split. He left with issue 24.
Yes.
And now Kirkman, who is sort of spearheading the whole Energon universe, including Void Rivals, is now writing Transformers.
Energon universe being Void Rivals, Transformers, and G.I. Joe series.
Yup.
And the mini-series that come off of G.I. Joe.
With art by Dan Mora and Jorge Corona. Give me some.
Dan Mora.
It is Dan Mora.
The funny thing is, the first few pages of this book actually feel very much still like Daniel Warren Johnson.
Well, they purposely got Jorge Corona because he can do those Daniel Warren Johnson vibes.
Yeah, it's definitely those vibes.
Look at this, Dan Mora.
Yeah, but then after a few pages, we get Dan Mora, and it's everything just feels so. Man, I don't know how to describe Dan. It's almost what I said previously about the cartoons, but everything just feels epic with Dan Mora's drawings.
Yeah, man, he's great.
And I don't know how else to describe it. I love his stuff.
It is such a departure from Daniel Warren Johnson and Jorge Corona, which sort of revels in ink splash and dry brush techniques and having grit and dirt in the pages. It feels like if you could reach in there, it'd be your hands would come out dirty and black. Dan Mora is so crisp and clean, even though he does use a lot of sort of ink wash and cross hatching and stuff like that and motion lines. There is a cleanness to it that does feel like almost like he's using 3D models because everything is so consistent.
It is, yeah.
It's gorgeous. I cannot wait to read that book. Goddamn.
And I would actually say I'm way behind on Transformers. Like, honestly,
Me too.
Maybe a year at this point.
Yeah, I'm like at least 6 issues behind.
Yeah, I kept up with probably like the first trade or two's worth. This actually, I felt very at home here. You don't need to know much, if anything, about what's been going on other than Autobots fight Decepticons.
Mm-hmm.
They are not friends, and they are currently on Earth, and that's effectively it.
Yeah.
The main crux of this story is the Autobots making new allies on Earth.
Okay.
Who can potentially
humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can potentially help them out fighting the Decepticons. And of course, Optimus Prime the whole time is being like, you don't owe us anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is our fault. We can fight them ourselves, etc., etc.
He's such a whiny little bitch. I love him.
I mean, he's such a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Such a good boy.
He is a good boy. He's the best boy.
Although I will say,
Do it.
there were a couple panels, which I'm not spoiling anything because this is just my own theory, where we got some weirdly ominous close-ups of Optimus Prime.
Oh.
And I don't know what that means.
Dude, yes. I am also behind, but there has been something happening to Optimus.
You think so?
For when I last left off, other Autobots were questioning.
Were they?
Like,
okay, I don't even think
dog,
I made it that far.
What's up, big dog? What's you cool?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, no, that's a through line that's been happening.
Got it.
And I had to make a T-shirt of it. There is an image that Daniel Warren Johnson had done, and I just like printed it out in black on a hot pink shirt because it's so gnarly. But for the longest time in this series, Optimus has had Megatron's arm and gun on his body. He was able to like he lost an arm in a battle, and he just replaced it with Megatron's gun.
Oh.
Which is gnarly as hell. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with maybe Megatron circuits infecting him in some way.
Interesting.
But I'm not sure. That's just a theory.
I didn't know any of that.
Yeah, man.
Good context. Thank you.
Yeah.
I would say Fresh AF. This was very enjoyable.
wait.
It made me regret the fact that I haven't been keeping up with Transformers.
Yep.
Not because it's not good, just because I get overwhelmed with the amount of content out there.
Same.
But I will 100% be keeping up and will likely return back to the issues that I missed.
I almost feel it's just something in me. Like, I realize I jumped ahead on Absolute Batman, but there's something in me that's like, I got to read every issue of Transformers to catch up before I read this one.
I'm so bad at willing to accept knowledge gaps when I'm reading a comic.
Yes, same. But yeah, I'm very excited to read that.
Very
Damn
good.
it, Dan Mora.
Fresh AF.
Speaking of Fresh AF, man.
Oh, wow.
This book.
Probably the hardest hitting book this week.
Yes. Everything Dead and Dying. Image Comics by Tate Bromball and art by Jacob Phillips, who I believe is related to the other Phillips.
Stephanie Phillips?
No, I'm sorry. A different other Phillips.
That's the only Phillips I know.
I believe he's Sean Phillips. I want to say he's related to Sean Phillips of the Criminal with Ed Brubaker series. But don't quote me on that.
Okay.
So Everything Dead and Dying, the first issue was a heartbreaker. The second issue is a heartbreaker. This is a dour, depressing, sad, but beautiful and emotional read. This is so good.
Man, it's crazy. I don't even know how to describe it. I had to text JD right after I read it, and it's probably one of the top 2 comments to make me feel
Comics?
anything. What was that one we read where it was about an atomic bomb dropping?
Oh, that was Garth Ennis's The War.
Is that what it is?
Wasn't it called The War?
I truly can't remember.
It was part of a ongoing anthology series called Hello Darkness, I think.
Yes, you're right.
And so they eventually put it together in, I want to say 2 or 3 issues, and it's just called The War.
That is the only other book that's made me feel this strongly. Everything Dead and Dying, it is horror in a way you would never expect. the first issue we get a lot of revelations, and I don't even know if we want to get
Not
into
really,
I don't want to get
right?
into the details of issue 1, even though it's a month old. I really want people to read that.
You should just read it.
Yeah, just read 1, read 2. It's now out. I'm sure 1 is probably still available, right?
They just did another reprint.
Oh, amazing.
It keeps going back to print.
I adore
and I
that.
keep ordering it to give to people.
It is not, you're not going into it for the horror. Mm-mm. You're not going into it for the sadness. You're going into it to get a perspective on on how strong one person's love can be.
Yeah.
For a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's so good. I love this. I don't know how to explain it. It feels like reading a really beautiful and effective poem.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know why, but that's just how I kind of think about it in my head.
Like even talking about it, I'm getting that little like wash over your body adrenaline rush of like feelings, dude.
Yeah.
Man, it's so good.
This is let's see. Now it's Chris Condon. I thought it was the same dude who did that Texas Blood and the Enfield Gang Massacre, but it's not. That's Chris Condon.
Like Enfield Gang Massacre. Side note.
I don't know who this writer is, Tate Bromball, but
the name rings a bell. But that's
I definitely want to read whatever he's got coming up. And I don't know if this. I imagine this must be a miniseries. It
can't go on very long.
Oh, it's part of Tiny Onion, which is James Tynan's imprint.
We just talked about that last week. What book was that?
It wasn't Exquisite Corpses. It was Department of Truth.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, man. If you want something beautiful and wrecking, and a little gross, Everything Dead and Dying, issue 2 hit.
Honestly,
shelves
even if you've never read a comic book before and you've somehow ended up here, first of all, welcome.
Yeah.
Love to have you.
Yeah.
Second of all, find your closest shop and get this.
Yeah.
It is such a fantastic story, and I think there are a lot of good stories that are in comics that don't necessarily need to be in a comic book.
Yeah.
And I guess this one could be told otherwise, but it feels so good in a comic.
Yeah.
It gives so much more perspective. It's such a good book.
Yeah.
Read it.
Yeah. I will say it's a horror book.
It is.
Yeah. So if horror's not your vibe, or if you get a little grossed out, maybe not for you.
Yeah.
Because they're a little gross. But the character work and the love story are just, they hit me.
Yeah.
They hit me in the good ways.
Fresh AF.
Fresh AF. All right. X Corner.
We got a lot of X.
I only read one X. So
Okay.
you start us off.
All right.
Let's make it quick, though.
Yeah. I'm going to do my best. So we talked about it last week. A big event happening with X-Men. It is called Age of Revelation. The basic context is that Apocalypse. Yes, Apocalypse. Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting confused with Darkseid and his Apocalypse in DC. Marvel Apocalypse, the individual, has decided to choose a mutant successor on Earth to ensure the success of mutants. He eventually, through a competition, got to Doug Ramsey, whose codename I keep forgetting.
Cypher.
Cypher, thank you.
Yeah, he's able to read and read any language, including like digital, any kind of language.
Basically any form of communication.
Yeah, I think even like body language, all that sort of stuff.
He can comprehend.
And so he eventually becomes this new character,
called
Revelation.
Yeah. Made that way by Apocalypse. Then, in mainline normal X-Men just before this event, Cyclops, and then we find out Beast, their consciousnesses get transported 10 years into the future, into their bodies of that time.
Yeah.
They have found out, and this is all summarized in the beginning of all of these X books, so not a spoiler. They find out that an X gene bomb was blasted off in eventually almost the entire eastern half of the United States.
Yeah.
Which killed a bunch of humans, and the humans that survived were turned into mutants.
Yes.
And now Revelation has turned all of that area that the bomb went off in, has turned it into what he's calling the Revelation territories.
Yeah.
So, Cyclops and Beast get consciously transported to 10 years into the future, via other rebellion X-Men being like, you need to help us take down Revelation.
Yeah.
So here let's start with Amazing X-Men, because there's a bunch of relevant, loosely connected books. Amazing X-Men to me seems like the main line of this event.
That's what I assumed.
Yes.
Because it's so X-Men, which is written by McKay. God, what's his first name?
Jed.
Jed McKay.
This is also Jed McKay.
Ted
yeah.
McKay? No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So if you're reading X-Men, your 1-to-1 for the Age of Revelation will be Amazing X-Men because that's the same team, the same writer. Yeah.
So X-Men will lead directly into Amazing X-Men, which is part of this Age of Revelation.
Yes.
So we get more of Beast and Cyclops fighting their way through this dystopian-esque future, trying to assist this rebellion. The main, I think, plot point is we're starting to figure out why they were brought to the future, like why they were chosen to be the ones to solve this problem, why it was deemed necessary. And of course, we learn a bit more about Revelation, a bit more about there are mutants that we know working with and for him. We're coming to find out how and why that's happening.
Yeah.
And we're getting to meet more people of the rebellion.
Okay.
I think my favorite part of this book is badass Glob Herman.
I love Glob. Yeah, Glob is If he's getting it done.
Yeah, anyone who doesn't know Glob, you've probably seen him. He is a large pink mutant who's
see-through.
Whose organs, muscles, and skin all seem to be pink gloop, but you can see his skeleton and eyes through his pink gloop body.
Just floating in this glob.
He's goofy as hell, and in quote-unquote modern day, he is effectively just the chef for the X-Men.
Yeah, he's just so cute.
But 10 years into the future in this event, he's a badass, and I love that for him.
Yeah, same. He's my favorite part of this new future.
Me too. Me too.
Badass Glob.
Which is to their credit, part of my favorite part of this event is seeing the evolutions and different versions of these characters. I think has been more fun than the story, which credit where it's due is still going to be plenty to keep me on and reading.
Yeah.
I actually would say this is very fresh.
Okay.
I wouldn't say fresh AF, but I had a very good time reading it.
Awesome.
I think if you've been enjoying Jed McKay's writing in adjectiveless X-Men, you will enjoy this as well.
Wonderful.
So, tangentially, also connected to this event.
Oh, we didn't mention the art on Amazing
apologies.
X-Men is Mahmoud Asrar.
Yes.
Who I generally love, but I feel like he needs an inker because he's doing the inks by himself on here, and it gets very muddy. I think...
I didn't notice, but you're right.
He goes a little too thick at some areas. You see that?
I see what you mean.
Look at this. Yeah, a little too thick. But otherwise, it's great. Yeah, I haven't read this yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
So tangentially connected, we also have, I'm finding the release list. We have Binary, Laura Kinney, Sabretooth, Longshots, and World of Revelation, all #1, released the same week as Amazing X-Men this week.
That's a lot of X-books in one day.
I'm going to jump super quick to World of Revelation.
Great.
Who is by Al Ewing and written by Al Ewing, artists Augustin Alessio. This was interesting because the World of Revelation it has 3 separate standalone stories within this new world / future. And effectively, we are just seeing the first issue gives us a big reveal of someone who is working with Apocalypse, who's on Araco, aka Mars right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is a big reveal.
So we get a big reveal towards the end of the first of the 3 stories, which is actually presented and written very interestingly. It's not your typical comic panels and dialogue.
Yeah, it's
I like it, actually.
Prose with accompanying illustrations.
I like it a lot more than I anticipated.
Yeah, that's a really cool... I think I've seen this, 15 years ago. Brian Michael Bendis did something similar. Very cool format shift. I like that.
And then second issue, we are getting... this is...
Second storyline?
Second storyline, yes. Second storyline in this issue. We get a little story involving Wiccan and Hulkling, and how this whole event is affecting them. That actually happens 2 years into this Age of Revelation, as opposed to the full 10 years into the future.
Right.
And then story 3 is, apologies,
by Ryan North and Adam Zalowski.
Yes, is focused on Franklin Richards and how he gets affected.
That's him?
Yep.
Oof.
And how he gets affected by this whole event. And it is gnarly. Yeah, it is. It is gross. It is unfortunate. It's actually, I think, the coolest story of the 3 in this book.
No kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed that the most. But effectively, this is. It seems like this World of Revelation book is just giving us some more smaller snippets of how this event is affecting other characters.
Doesn't seem particularly
essential.
needed.
I agree.
Right.
The first story could lead somewhere, could be something essential, but at the moment, I think you can let it go if you want to.
Okay.
Which is actually going to be my thinking for the rest of the X books this week. You can let them go if you want to, unless you really love some of these characters. At this point, it doesn't matter. We can pick up Binary. Binary was good.
I liked Binary. That's the one I did read because I'm a big Captain Marvel fan. I like Carol Danvers. And so basically, we have, it's not a big reveal. We see it on the cover that Carol has the Phoenix Force.
Yep.
Which is pretty cool. And what she decides to do with this Phoenix Force is also kind of a neat idea. And she has tasked herself with trying to stave off the
X-Virus.
The X-Virus, thank you, for a group of people. And after a while, they're like, I don't even know if this virus might be a hoax.
Yeah.
It might not. So it's a little bit COVID coded.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Where like the people she's trying to protect are like, it's been forever. I don't think they probably have a cure by now. And also it probably never even existed. So they're kind of dealing with that. But yeah, I actually quite like this. If you like Captain Marvel and you're curious to see what she's up to in the Age of Revelation, this is actually pretty good. I liked it. The art is fine. This is by Stephanie Phillips and Giada Belviso.
I believe Stephanie Phillips, if I recall correctly, also wrote the last run of Captain Marvel. I could be wrong.
I know Kelly Thompson did a great run. Oh yeah, I think Stephanie Phillips did. Is that the one where she had the nega bands?
Yeah.
And she would like switch places. That was good.
That was a very good series.
I gotta finish that.
And it got canceled prematurely in my opinion.
Yeah. That was a good series.
As typical, it probably just didn't sell very well. But if you did like the last Captain Marvel run, I think same writer. I'm actually going to try to confirm right now so I don't mislead people. But regardless, same vibe. Very good. I enjoyed it. If you enjoy Captain Marvel, she's doing a bunch of good guy shit with some conflict.
Yeah.
With some people who don't trust her good guy shit.
She's doing some comic books.
Exactly.
Also, props to the binary costume. I've always been a fan of this. I like this new take on the binary costume.
Yeah.
Even though I love Jamie McKelvey's redesign of her Captain Marvel costume.
Fun fact, Binary is just an old version of Captain Marvel from the 70s, question mark?
70s, 80s, sure.
70s, 80s. She got the power of a white star, and then she turned into Binary.
Yep.
Hence the name Binary, a white star and all that. Or Binary Star, whatever the word is, the correct word. But now she has taken that name again because she's like, I have cosmic power again, so I guess I'll just go back to my old name.
Yeah.
I would say also very fresh for me. Not quite fresh AF.
I'd say pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Pretty fresh. Yeah.
I'm still confirming whether or not.
Did you read Laura Kinney Sabretooth?
I did.
I am a fan of Laura Kinney. I like when she... So, for anyone who doesn't know, Laura
I was wrong.
Kinney...
Alyssa Wong was on the last
you're
Captain
right.
Marvel.
Whoopsie doodles.
Apologies. But, still, if you like the old one, I like this one too.
Laura Kinney she was originally X-23, and then she became my favorite Wolverine, the all-new Wolverine, and she's still Wolverine. But in this, The Age of Revelation, she is Laura Kinney Sabretooth, #1 by Erica Schultz and Valentina Pinti. What'd you think of this?
Meh.
I didn't read it. Meh? Okay.
That's
how I feel about her current series, honestly.
Also hard agree.
Yeah. I read the first issue and gave up.
Her current series, I only made a couple issues into. Not bad, just wasn't for me. I was looking forward to this Laura Kinney Sabretooth because I agree she's a cool character and I thought maybe this would be fun. We find out page 1 she's working with /for Revelation.
Okay.
And then from there we figure out what kind of experience she's having doing that. And we also see some of the reactions of her loved ones, family, etc.
I do not like this artwork.
I didn't love the art.
Oof.
I didn't hate it. I don't love it. Not a whole lot happens here. I did see someone write, it feels like they're trying to stretch a one-shot into a handful of issues, and I would honestly tend to agree with some of the pacing here. and we also get a lot of name drops and lost context that we don't ever receive. Which is probably my biggest issue is I don't want to be. Obviously, there is context lost in all of these purposefully because we've skipped 10 years.
Yeah.
However, Amazing X-Men, Binary give you everything you need.
Yeah.
This story could have given us everything we needed, but they keep throwing in more names and events that we don't know about, which for me led to more confusion than it did curiosity.
Okay.
I'll probably read issue 2. If there's not a drastic improvement from there, I'll probably stop caring.
Gotcha.
It was...
Is that Jeff?
What's below?
Is that
It
Land
is.
Shark Jeff?
Oh,
okay.
maybe.
That's
Wait.
adorable.
Oh, no, it's not. Sorry.
Okay.
I was thinking of actually, we do see Land Shark Jeff in Longshots. That's
Oh,
what
no
I was
kidding.
thinking of.
Oh, funny.
And I think the last one for the week with Age of Revelation is Longshots. This one, also non-essential. However, funny and enjoyable.
Yeah?
This deals with Mojo, who is basically just a large, gross, walking representation of the entertainment industry.
Yep.
IRL, although obviously he's very fictional.
Yeah, he's got like a whole planet.
Yeah. He has the whole
entertainment
Mojo verse where everything is revolving around, screens, entertainment, audience, numbers, etc.
Yeah.
This is...
Oh, this art's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Jerry Duggan and Jonathan Hickman.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
With art by Alan Robinson. This is a good... I had no interest in reading this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little curious.
When I realized it was Jonathan Hickman, I jumped to this one right after Amazing X-Men because I wanted to see what he was up to.
Everybody be cool.
Yeah.
That's a great panel. Hellcat.
It is fun. It is funny. It breaks the fourth wall a handful of times.
That's how he does it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's enjoyable.
Shoot, this looks fun.
I would say it's pretty fresh.
Okay.
And like the rest, non-essential to the main story happening. But there is a handful of characters that we don't see very much of, if ever.
Oh, I love this team.
Yeah.
This team of like D-listers.
It's a very interesting team.
F-listers even. Like, this
led
is
by Hellcat,
Also,
whose name I
what?
didn't know. Yeah, I saw that and I had to Google to see if I missed something
He's
or if this
got
was part
Bucky's
of Revelation.
arm? Why
Yeah.
not? Okay, this looks fun and dumb.
So
I'm in.
I would
God.
say if you're interested in I would say if you're interested in this whole Age of Revelation, I would absolutely pick up Amazing X-Men. If you want some parody and comedy, I would also pick up Longshots.
All the little Jeffs.
Yep.
Oh.
If you like Captain Marvel, I would pick up Binary.
Yeah.
And if you want to get involved with what may or may not have consequences, pick up World of Revelation.
Yeah.
It is a little bit like heavier thematically and a bit more of a longer read, but in case you're worried about missing out.
Okay.
But I would absolutely prioritize Amazing X-Men.
Okay. Honestly, I'm going to read Longshots and Amazing X-Men. This Longshots looks fantastic.
Yeah.
What is honestly, I swear to God, I was never even going to flip through Longshots just because I don't care about Mojo. I don't care about Longshot as a character, but this looks delightful.
The funny thing is, I think we get like 3 panels of Longshot, who was not a character that I knew existed until now.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. He's from the, I want to say 80s and 90s, and somehow he's involved with Mojo, but I don't know their history.
Yeah,
I think
neither
I think if I had to guess, I think Mojo created Longshot to take part in his like reality TV show games, and then Longshot like breaks off somehow. But that is just me guessing.
Yeah. So that is the end of my X rant.
Wonderful.
Thank you for bearing with me.
keeping me abreast.
I'll do my best.
I think that's it, right? Are we done?
I think that's it.
I think we did it.
I also dabbled in Marvel Knights Punisher. If you like brutal Punisher, it's good.
Yeah.
It's in the Marvel Knights universe, which I'm not caught up with. If you're invested, great.
The
I'd pick
world
this up
to
too.
come.
Yeah, Marvel Knights The World to Come, which is some other universe thing that neither of us are really keeping up with.
Yeah.
But honestly, even without any of that context, this is exactly what you expect from Punisher. It's like verging on Red Band. I'm surprised it wasn't. It's T plus, but it was pretty brutal. So if you like brutal Punisher, go for it.
Cool. I'm going to definitely read Transformers sometime this week. And anything else we're looking forward to?
I read so much this week. I think I read everything I was looking forward to.
I want to. It sounds dumb, but I'm curious about Harley Quinn Elvira.
No, that's not dumb. I love seasonal stuff. It's so fun.
I'm a big dummy for like October, and I like Elvira, even though she's like pretty cheesy. I guess that's it. Oh, you know what? I lied. There is one book that I'm really looking forward to.
He's going to get the comic. He's coming back.
I read it. I read it when the first issue came out, and it's by Tom Taylor, who's one of my favorites. And this is the all ages book, Court, Children of the Round Table, #2. And the first issue was great, and I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. It's really delightful, and it's basically a modern Arthurian legend pickup, where this group of kids who are just out having fun get chosen by not only the sword and the stone, but also a bunch of other weapons that the original Round Table Knights all had. I think he's like making up a whole new mythology with like weapons that have the personalities of the original knights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like
that looks fun. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. Last night, Alice and I were on the live stream, which we do Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And we talked about the 30th anniversary of David Fincher's Seven, which still is a goddamn masterpiece. It is.
Is that the What's in the Box one?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's so good.
I couldn't remember if I'd seen it or not.
It's still so good. It holds up. It's great. It is nihilistic, and it's a little edgelordy. It's very 90s Nine Inch Nails coded. But
nice.
Goddamn, I love it. It's so good. So yeah, go check that out if you're interested. And hopefully we'll see you back here next week for another edition of Fresh Floppies.
For another half X-Men podcast.
That's right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us, and we'll talk at you later.
Bye.
Do-do-do.
Do-do-do-do.